So, I've just gotten back from the Guilds of Ravnica pre-release over at my local game store. Shout out to Darkside Comics and Games in Chesterfield, Missouri. And, well, I didn't do great. I won 2 and I lost 2, so, maybe about average. Who knows? And if you're not familiar with the pre-release, basically what happens, you go in, you pay $25, and you get this pre-release pack, and what it comes with is it comes with 6 booster packs. It's empty. Obviously I opened them. The spin down counter, things like that. And what you do is you take your six booster packs, you try to build a deck, and then you have a tournament. One of the cool things about pre-release is that not only do you get to play with the new expansion set for Magic before the general public gets it, you also get the opportunity to buy the new expansion before everybody else if you've participated. So that's what I've done. I went and spent some money over at my local game store, and I got the Vraska Planeswalker deck and the Guilds of Ravnica booster box, so it's filled with like 36 booster packs, something like that, and that's what we're going to open today. I might actually open the Vraska Planeswalker deck at some point if anybody's interested in it, but mainly the deck list is already on there. It does come with 2 booster packs as well. Usually I'm on the fence about Planeswalker decks, and if you're like me, one of the interesting things they're doing now is with the release of Magic the Gathering Arena. If you see this, 60 card deck, tabletop or online, so you get a code in here so you can actually unlock this deck in Magic the Gathering Arena and play it digitally. So that's pretty cool. What I have in front of me right now are just the rares from the 6 booster packs I got from my pre-release, and basically we're just going to kind of try to see whether or not the $100 value is here in a Guilds of Ravnica based upon kind of what the prices are now. So we're looking for the big rares. How many mythic rares do we get? Whether or not we get any rares of decent value. So just right up front, let me give you a rundown of what I have already. Most of these aren't worth a whole lot at the moment, but they're pretty decent cards. We got Thief of Sanity, Errant Cyclops, and Runaway Steamkin, which I actually used in my deck at the tournament. Blood Operative's interesting. I actually might try to build a deck around that with maybe with some cards from this black and green deck. Then Tajik's Legion's Edge. This is actually the promo card that I got with the pre-release pack. This is a pretty cool card. I'm actually hoping I can get a full playset of this because I'd really like to build a really good white-red aggro deck out of this, and I think this would be a good card for that. And then Mission Briefing. This is probably the best rare that I pulled, at least in terms of value. Right now, I think last time I checked, Mission's Briefing runs about $8 and change on the $8 American and change on the secondary market. So that's not too bad. Obviously, those prices are subject to change all the time, but it's pretty cool. The other thing with if you buy a box at your local game store, you get the Buy a Box promo. Buy a Box promo is pretty cool. I probably will never use it. Impervious Great Worm, it's got a 10 cost, 16/16. So it's like you're rarely ever going to get this thing out. I mean, it does have Convoke, which allows you to tap your creatures, and it has Indestructible, but it doesn't have Trample or anything like that, so it can get chump blocked easy. The Indestructible's nice, but it can still get exiled and things like that. So if you have a way to get hexproof and maybe add some trample to it, this would be killer. So yeah, I won 2 packs, and I should have saved the packs for the opening of the booster box as it was part of my winnings, but I got crazy, or I got greedy rather, and I opened them already. So my rares from that pack are Unmoored Ego, I'm not entirely sure what that's worth, and of course, very lucky, Assassin's Trophy. This is at this point in time, this is the highest valued card in the set. Right now, this card is about $25 last I checked, and so it was really cool to pull this one out just from a booster pack out of 2. We're kind of curious to see how many we might get in a pack. If we get 3, then, or actually, well, barring this, if we can get 4, then we've the pack's paid for itself just from that. So let's get started and open this thing up. This thing open carefully. All right. Yeah, get over there. All right, so here we go. 36 packs. Guilds of Ravnica. Magic's latest expansion, not available to the general public until, I believe, October 5th. All right. That's what it's going to look like on the shelf at your local game store. Not in a Target, because they usually just put insane amount of packaging around it. So let's break a few of these out. Get started. Okay, first up, we don't care about the comments too much, but we'll go through them. Fearless Halberdier, that's it. Sworn Companion, Maximize Altitude, Torch Courier, Generous Stray, Kitty, it's the internet, you gotta have a cat. Spinal Centipede, Wild Ceratok. You know, I'm not too... Oh, it's a rhino. I guess it's okay. I'm not too keen on, like, the dinosaurs nowadays, but that's okay. Child of Night, I've got 8 million of these across multiple expansions. Undercity Uprising, Direct Current, Smeltwort Scimitar. Oh, we're in the uncommon. Smeltwort Scimitar, Integrity and Intervention. This was good. I had 2 of these in my deck at the tournament. Those came in really handy. World Soul Colossus, I've got one of these as well. And our rare is Connive and Concoct. Don't know if that's a good one or not. I'm actually not sure which of these are really good or not. And a Boros Guildgate, and we're going to get a lot of Guildgates, and I'm not a huge Guildgate fan, actually. I don't use them too often. And a bird token. So let's go ahead and sort these. And I will speed part of this up. And then I basically sorted out by the color pentacle, which also usually happens to be the order the cards are numbered in. So white, blue, black, red, green. Multicolor artifacts will be here, and our lands will be over here. That looks cut off on my screen. Hopefully it's not too bad. But all right, pack 2. Sure Strike, Righteous Blow, blah, blah, Hitch Claw, Night Veil Sprite, Might of the Masses, Wand of Vertebrae, Doom Whisperer, Flying Trample, pay 2 life, Surveil 2, 6/6 for a 5-drop. That's not too bad. I think I have one of these as well. Ooh, and a foil. We have a foil rare. Nice. Bounty Agent. Vigilance, sacrifice Bounty Agent, destroy target artifact. 2 for 2. That's a good one. That's I like that one a lot. I might use that. And a Golgari Guildgate, which is black and green. Soldier token, don't care. Okay, pack number 3. I just got back into Magic over the past couple months with the Dominaria set, and I actually started playing after many years away from Magic. I was still buying cards every now and then just because I like collecting the cards, but let's see. Crackling Drake, Gird for Battle, Phantasm, Ionize, counter target spell, Ionize deals 2 damage to that spell's controller. That's nice too. I like that. Golgari, Elf Knight. By now, everybody's probably already seen the comments. We're just more interested in what rares I'm going to be getting. So, let's speed through. We got Rock Charger, Crackling Drake, Goblin Banneret, Watery Grave. I think This is a shock land. This is actually a good one. This is I think this is like $8 as well right now. Shock lands are always pretty sought after. And if you didn't know, it's called a shock land because you have to pay 2 life, which is what the spell shock actually does to you. So now you know. And we got a foil, erstwhile trooper. Cool. I usually keep my foils separate. So far, playing with this set, playing with Boros, the red-white aggro, that was a lot of fun. My draws weren't great, but I still did okay. Like I said, I won 2 out of 4 matches. Okay. True Fire Captain. Has the Marshal. Inescapable Blaze. The spell can't be countered. 6 damage to any target. 6 drop. That's not too bad. Risk Factor. Target opponent may have Risk Factor. Deal 4 damage to them. If that player doesn't, you draw 3 cards. Okay. Guild Gate. Okay. Multicolor. If they actually had codes on here, more codes for Magic Arena to like maybe like every now and then like each token had like a code so you could get a card or a pack or something like that just thrown in there every so often. I think that would be valuable to get more people into Arena and also to incentivize Arena players to get into paper Magic. That's just my opinion, of course. I could be wrong. Conclave Cavalier, Glaive of the Guild Pack, Inspiring Unicorn. Those are our uncommons. Gruesome Menagerie. As far as I know, this isn't worth that much. Choose creature with converted mana cost 1 in your graveyard. Do the same for blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, not great. So as far as I know, there's 3 shock lands that do pretty decently price-wise. The other thing I'd really like is to pull... We haven't pulled any mythics yet out that I remember out of this so far. But I would, of course, love to have Planeswalkers. There's only 2 in this set, and it's... how many cards are in this set? 259 cards. Blah, blah. Okay, Gatekeeper Gargoyle, Glow Spore Shaman... Sunhome Stalwart, First Strike. That's good. That's going. Oh, there we go. Nice. Okay. Raj is at Viceroy, and that's our first Mythic Rare. Plays and our Planeswalker. Raj is, I think Raj is $10 right now, so that's pretty cool. That's a good draw, and I'm happy to have that. I don't normally play blue very much, but that's okay. It's always good to have Planeswalkers for like Commander or even tabletop Magic when you're playing with your friends. So, very excited. I'm still hoping to get a full play set of Assassin's Trophy, though. Because I'm really interested in building like a crazy green and black deck. Get through the comments. Price of Fame. Okay. Flower and Flourish. I got this played against me a lot last night. Or tonight, or whenever. What day is it? Inspiring Unicorn. That was a good card that was played against me. Quasi Duplicate. Create a token of a copy. Create a token that's a copy of a target creature you control. Jumpstart. You can cast this card from the graveyard. So that's cool. Don't know what it's worth, but it's a cool card. I like that a lot. It's weird that this is my first video on the channel if it ends up coming down that way, because this is long format and it's a little boring or it's not quite as appealing to a lot of people just opening up a pack, unless you're already into Magic and you're just like kind of living vicariously to see what other people draw, which I'm actually a person like that. I watch a lot of openings. Lendev Champion, Crush Contraband, Orcan Assassin, Find and Finality. Not bad, not great. I've lost count of what packs we're at. Okay, let's see. Scrap. Okay. House Guild Mage. Guild Mages are always nice to have. Thought Erasure. Sprouting Renewal. Convoke. Your creatures can help the casting cost. Create 1. Create 3/3 green and white elf knight creature token with vigilance. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. Not too bad. Knight of Autumn is the rare. Put 2/1 counters on Knight of Autumn. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. Gain 4 life. You get to choose one. That's handy to have. It's a 3-drop. I can think of some decks that I could build that would go good in. There's one that I'm really looking for, and it's a card that any token creature you generate, I think it's an enchantment. Any token creature you generate becomes a 4/4 angel with flying and vigilance, which would be really cool to have. Smeltward Minotaur, Legion Guild Mage, Inescapable Blaze, Drowned Secrets. Whenever you cast a blue spell, target player puts the top 2 cards of their library onto their graveyard. Okay. Ooh, foil. Foil common. That's okay. So it looks like we've opened 11. So this is 12. Is that right? Did I count wrong? Fuck it. Oops, I shouldn't have said that. Demonetize. Demonetized on my first video. That can't be monetized anyway. Alright. Darkblade Agent. As long as you surveil this turn, Darkblade Agent has Death Touch. That's cool. Peacemaker, Whisper Agent. Alright. Oops. So we got Might of the Masses, Pilfering Imp, Disinformation Campaign as the uncommons. Erratic Cyclops, I've got one of these already. Boros Guild Gate. One, two, three, 4, 5. Alright. We have Justice Strike. District Guide, Selective Snare as the uncommons. This is a new one. Expansion and Explosion. Copy target. Let me choose new targets for the copy. That's cool. Explosion deals X damage. Damage any target. Target player draws X cards. Also cool. Probably won't use that too much. What's nice to have? Insect. Okay. So how many people actually play Magic out there, or how many people just used to play Magic and kind of watch Magic videos, or who's actively playing out there and is interested in the new set? Let me know in the comments what your history with Magic is, because I'm always interested in knowing. We've got Invert and Invent, Necrotic Womb, Disinformation Campaign again as the uncommons. Chromatic Lantern as the rares. I don't know if that's valuable or not. Lands you have add 1 mana of any color. I actually think I have one of these already. Another Guild Gate, Illusion. I think once I open this up, I need to reorganize my stacks a little bit. I'm getting sloppy. Okay, we have, excuse me, we've got Molder Hulk, Chemister's Insight, City Watch Sphinx, Lazav the Multifarious, Mythic, so we've got 2 Mythics this box so far. When Lazav the Multifarious enters the battlefield, surveil 1 with X, becomes copy of target creature card in your graveyard with the converted mana cost X, except its name is Lazav the Multifarious. It's legendary in addition to the other types, and it has this ability, which is wild. I had no idea this card was in here. I didn't actually look at all the spoilers and everything like that leading up to this, so I only kind of know what I've seen in the tournament so far, and as well as what I've pulled myself in cards. That's awesome. 2 Mythics in the box so far. Usually all I typically get in a box is 2 Mythics, but hopefully we get more than 2. Actually, let me straighten up these stacks a bit. So while I'm doing this, I was asking you to mention in the comments what your history with Magic was. Mine, I actually started playing, or collecting rather, in about 2000, Jesus. I got my first revised starter decks in about 1994 or so from my folks. Before that, I used to be big into, when I was a young teenager, 13, 14, I was big into Spellfire by TSR, which was a D&D property-based CCG, which I had a lot of fun with. Magic, I loved the artwork and the cards. It was always hard for me to find people to play with, though, because I lived out in Boone County, or like East Jesus, wherever's like out in the middle of nowhere. By the time I switched schools and moved to high school, and I wasn't very popular anyway, didn't have any friends to play with. So, yeah, I ended up just getting the cards for a while just because I liked the artwork. So, Fallen Empires was my first expansion, and then I started getting more into it about the time of 4th edition. I had not a bunch of Homelands cards, but Homelands cards was my second. And then, yeah, I guess I went all the way up to Weatherlight, or Alliances, and stopped for a while, mainly because that was about the time I hit college and I didn't have any money. So Murmuring Mystic, Rampage Monument, Hellkite Whelp. Our rare is Temple Garden, which is another Shockland. Temple Garden. I don't think Temple Garden's one of the big ones. It might be. Ooh, and a foil House Guild Mage, which is nice. And there's a Guildgate and an Angel. So anyway, then eventually, a few years later in college, I was working at a bookstore in the mall, a Walden Books, rest in peace. And from there, I actually would buy some of the packs behind the counter because I'd get an employee discount. League Guild Mage, Goblin Crater Maker, I almost said Caretaker, Discovery and Dispersal, and Firemind Research, rare. Whenever you cast an enter, put a charge counter on Firemind Research, remove 2 charge counters to draw a card, remove 5 charge counters to deal 5 damage to a target. Man, red and blue ain't nothing to fuck with. I typically don't play blue very often. Not because I'm hating on it or anything. It's just not my style of play. I don't think I'm smart enough to play blue, I think is what it is. You have to be a really good strategist. I don't know, you just have to be really good with blue in order to really maximize its potential. Most people who win tournaments, they always have blue. But I like being really basic. I like having big green creatures or a lot of red direct damage or just swarming people with smaller characters. I've always been that kind of player. League Guild Mage, Demotion, Crowl Swarm, Vivid Revival. Not a valuable rare, I don't believe. While I was at the bookstore, that was about the time. Let's see, that was when Stronghold was out. Apocalypse was that the name of it? Nemesis, all of those. So I got some cards from that time period, which were nice to have. I wish I had had more Alliances. Alliances was probably my favorite set, and I have hardly any cards. And of course, I don't have whatever the really good blue one is. Name escapes me right now. Boros Challenger, Kraul Harpooner, Conclave Guild Mage, Beast Whisperer. Whenever you cast a creature, draw a card. 4-drop, 2/3. Probably a little pricey. I probably won't play that too much. Nexus of Fate was the promo card from the last set. Man, I'm going to kick myself because I'm going to remember the name of that card from Alliances. Force of Will, that's what it is. I have a promo copy of Force of Will, It's like one of the gold bordered ones that has like the signature of a Magic the Gathering Pro player on it that I got from a Duelist magazine or something like that. That's the only copy of that card I have. I wish I had some more copies of those. Revised, I only have like 2 decks of, because back then that was allowance money, so I didn't have the disposable income. Murmuring Mystic, the Dev Champion, Street Riot. All right, Amara Soul of the Accord. Whenever Amara Soul of the Accord becomes tapped, create a 1/1 white soldier with lifelink. That's not bad. I like that. That would be. Four, five. We still have 5 layers deep in here, so we've got some time. I'll probably have to pause this at some point, and I'm probably going to speed things up as well, at least as fast as I can. We're basically just looking for the big names. All right. Nightveil Predator, Graphic Sundew, Weed Dragonauts, March of the Multi... Another Mythic Rare. Okay, let's see what we've got here. Convoke. Create X 1/1 tokens with lifelink. Nice. So we've got 3 Mythic Rares in this. I don't know what the value of this is offhand. So yeah, after the early 2000s, I guess about 2002, 2003, that's when I stopped altogether. And my Magic cards just sat in a closet until about 2014, when I was getting ready to sell my entire collection. I went through and I was cataloging all of them. I hadn't looked at them in almost 10 years, and then I'm just flipping through all the old style cards. It's like, man, the art on these is amazing. I miss these so much. And then instead of selling, I immediately went out and bought a booster box of Magic 2014 because that was the newest set at the time. And I kept doing that. I up until Khans of Tarkir, not Khans of Tarkir, Dragons of Tarkir. That was the last set that I did. And let's see. Oh, sorry, Rock Charger, Plague, Swath Cutter, Pelt Collector. I don't think we've had Pelt Collector yet. And even back then, I didn't even have anybody to play with, so it was another one of those things where I'm just buying cards to collect cards. But then I moved not too long ago. I guess I've been here for a couple years now. And there's actually a really cool local game store not too far away from me. And I went in there because I needed some comic book boxes. I was trying to get rid of my comic book collection. And they had a new set and everything. And, oh, what we got? Swiftblade Vindicator. Double Strike, Vigilance, Trample. It's a 2-drop, 1/1, but you're getting Double Strike, Vigilance, and Trample. That's a good card. So yeah, I bought a few Dominaria for nostalgic purposes because I was a big fan of the Weatherlight series with like Gerard and Urza and things like that. And then when this last core set came out, I bought another booster box and Sacred Foundry. Sacred Foundry, I think, is another $7 or $8 card. So we're doing pretty decent with this box, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But yeah, when this Core 2019 set came out, I bought a box, and then I decided, you know what, I'm actually going to start playing. I think it was also one of the conditions my wife had. Is if I'm going to keep bringing cards into the house, I'm going to have to start playing. So I actually just recently started doing, whenever you gain life, pay 2, draw a card, create white soldier with lifelink. Not bad. And a foil rare, quasi-duplicate. Nice. Always love having foils. Yeah, one of the conditions my wife had for me is if you're going to keep bringing, she didn't actually say this, but she implied it greatly, is if you're going to keep bringing cards in, like, you need to play the game. And she doesn't want to play with me. She played a couple times, but she's just not into it. Loves Dungeons and Dragons. She plays Dungeons and Dragons, but Magic, not so much. Experimental Frenzy. So I've been playing Friday Night Magic up at Dark Side Comics and Games off and on, like every every 2 or 3 weeks or so, I'll pop in up there, get my ass kicked regularly. I think the other day, not the other day, back in August, like I didn't go in at all in September because I've been sick. But back in September, I actually won some stuff. Aurelia, Exemplar of Justice, Mythic Rare. Holy shit, 4 Mythic Rares in a box. That has never happened to me, I don't think. I'd have to go through some of my other boxes, but I don't think I've ever gotten 4 Mythic Rares in a box. Flying Mentor. At the beginning of combat on your turn, choose up to 1 target creature you control until the end of the turn. That creature gains +2 power, gains trample if it's red, gains vigilance if it's white. Holy shit, what a great card. Damn, 4 Mythic Rares? Do you think we can get another one? We've got these 2, and yeah, it's time to get rid of the box. Let's see what we got. All right, box is empty. Fuck that. Okay, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 9 packs to go. If we can get another Mythic Rare, that would be amazing. If we can pull the Vraska Planeswalker, I will be excited. I still really hope I can pull an Assassin's Trophy. And that's what we're basically going to speed through and try to get to. Camaraderie. No, it's not what we want. Okay. I'm not even going to bother sorting these cards. I'll sort them later. We just want to get to the rares because this is getting long. Swarm Guildmage. Guildmage's Forum. I don't think that's worth anything. Come on. All right. Blood Operative. Oh, I've got 2 of those already. Guildmage. Crap. Okay, 1, 2. Let's see. We're just gonna lay them right out here so you guys can get anxiety with me for not getting another Assassin's Trophy. If you've actually watched this far, thanks for sticking along with me, especially since this is probably going to be my first video. My first video was supposed to be something 3D printer related, but this just happened to come up first, so... No! Okay, Response and Resurgence. Do I have that? Is that a mythic? Can we get in on... I don't think that's a mythic. That looks like a rare icon. Okay. 5 left. Oh, I really wanted that. I really want a Vraskin. I really want an Assassin's Trophy. Assassin's Trophy is only a regular rare. Like, it shouldn't be that hard to pull. You would think you could get one in a box. Alright, let's get down to it. Uncommon, and Deafening Clarion. Son of a bitch. Witch Queen, foil common. At least give me a foil rare if you're going to screw me. 4 left. Don't damage the cards, asshole. Electrostatic Field, Goblin Banneret, Venerated Luxodon. Whenever Luxodon put 1, 4, 5, 4. Fuck off. I shouldn't be using so much profanity. Oh, foil uncommon. Okay. Crap, man. All I want is a Pepsi, where a Pepsi is an Assassin's Trophy. Steam Vents. I think not bad. I mean, we've gotten a decent amount of shock lands, and all of those are about $8, $7 or $8. So I can't be too angry about it. But man, I still really wanted another Assassin's Trophy. Here we go. Two. And Omnispell Adept. Without paying its mana cost. Fuck. Guys, it's not looking good. It's not looking good for me. It's the final pack. Here we go. Healer's Hawk, Wish Crab, Sure Strike, Burglar Rack, Pat Fate, Wisdom, I don't even know how to say that. let's how dramatic can we do this? Okay, Hasda Marshall, uncommon 1, Raiders, uncommon 2, Pilfering Imp. Here we go! Firemind Research. Well, fuck beans. No Second Assassin's Trophy, and no Vraska Planeswalker from the booster box. Well, all in all, I can't complain too much about this. We've gotten 4 Mythic Rares as it stands. Plenty of shock lands. So, all in all, not a bad haul. Thanks for joining me. I will probably do more openings in the future as more sets come out. Or if I get crazy and decide to spend another $100 on a booster box, which I'm not sure I'm going to do. I usually only buy 1 booster box a set, so we'll see. Yeah, I'm going to hold off on this till next time. There's still 2 packs in here. We might have a chance to pull something. Maybe I'll pull those on Instagram or something. We'll see. But thanks for watching. More to come from this channel. Until next time, thanks. Let me give a quick shout out here at the end to plug my podcast, Watchers on the Couch. We have a rotating panel of hosts, but I'm a part of it. And at the time of recording this, we're getting ready to record the first movie discussion podcast. We're actually going to cover Venom, which is coming out soon. And then the next show my wife and I are going to discuss coming up also within the next week is the new season of Doctor Who. So consider checking that out. You can go to watchersonthecouch.com and get all the information you need. And if you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing and giving a thumbs up and let me know what you think in the comments.